Jenny Jen still kicking it? That's part one. And part two is, do you ever see yourself married one day?
So as far as Jenny Jen,
I love Jenny.
Absolutely, we are together, and I just appreciate her as a partner, as a woman, as an artist, as a human being. She's a special.
I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna put nothing extra on it. If he want to marry me, he can get me an apartment building.
Oh, okay. That would be, you don't want a ring, you want an apartment complex.
I'd give me a duplex, an eightplex.
Did Common just get caught red-handed cheating on Jennifer Hudson? Because Tiffany Haddish sure seems to think so, and she's been clowning J. Hud like crazy. Everybody knows Tiffany never fully got over Common moving on from her with Jennifer, and now it looks like she's finally getting her revenge loud and clear. The street's been warning Jennifer that Common isn't the fairy tale man she thought he was, but she didn't listen. His history is full of broken hearts, and now it's looking like Jennifer is the next one added to the list. Word out here says he already got a brand new woman on his arm, and Jennifer's been spiraling since finding out. And guess who's living for every second of it? Tiffany Haddish. She's been laughing it up, throwing shade so slick but so sharp that everyone knows exactly who she's aiming at. The way she's enjoying Jennifer's heartbreak almost feels personal, like she's savoring every messy detail. But the real question is, why would Common cheat on Jennifer Hudson of all people? And who exactly is this new mystery girlfriend that's got him acting brand new? And is Tiffany really plotting to win him back? The whispers are getting louder, and the timing couldn't be messier. Now, not to pile on Jennifer Hudson while she's already hurting, but honestly, this one was written on the wall from the start. Common has never been that forever type, no matter how much he tries to play the role. His track record speaks volumes. High-profile flings, short-lived romances, and a string of exits that all scream one thing: commitment issues. Still, a lot of fans kept hope alive. They thought Jennifer might be the one to finally tame him. The woman who could slow him down, lock him in, and maybe even build a family with him. But that dream? Yeah, it's looking real dead now. Word on the street is Common's been cheating on Jennifer heavy, and she's completely crushed by it.
Girl, he never gave me no damn earrings. He probably gave those to Jennifer.
What makes it even more insane is that this man was just parading around talking about how Jennifer was the one. He was even dropping hints about marriage like he was ready to walk down the aisle. Now fans are asking, was any of that real, or was Common just selling dreams while keeping someone else on the side? An anonymous source claims Tiffany has been loving every single second of this cheating scandal blowing up in public. And honestly, if you've been keeping up with Tiffany's behavior since her messy split with Common, this should come as no surprise at all. She's never truly hidden the fact that she's still hung up on him, and her shade over the years has been anything but subtle. She's thrown plenty of jabs, and some of them made it real clear she believed Common cheated on her with J. Hud in the first place. Take one example. During an Instagram Live, a fan asked Tiffany if she ever got a pair of earrings they gave Common to pass along to her. Tiffany didn't even hesitate. She clapped back with pure bitterness, saying, "Girl, he never gave me no damn earrings. He probably gave those to Jennifer." That right there told everyone exactly where her head was at. So now fans are left wondering, was Jennifer really messing around with Common while he was still with Tiffany? If that's true, then Tiffany's years of shady comments suddenly make perfect sense. It also explains why she's sitting back and enjoying every juicy moment of this scandal. In her eyes, this is karma finally catching up to him.
Tiffany and I got back on the move. It really didn't allow for us to spend as much time and put as much energy into our relationship. I don't think the love really dispersed. I just think it was just like we weren't feeding the relationship. And as you said, neither one of us is gonna stop. Like we both care about our crafts and what we do. And we care about love too and partnership, but I think, the energy that has been put into our careers and continuing to want to do the things that we do for ourselves and for the people, it's like, it was hard for me to balance all of that and keep the relationship.
But here's the twist. Not everyone thinks Tiffany is just being petty. Some believe she sees this as her big chance to slide back in and reclaim him. She's made it obvious she's not over him, and with Jennifer's spot looking shaky, this might be Tiffany's perfect opening to step back into Common's life. That wouldn't scare Tiffany off one bit. If she even saw the tiniest chance of winning him back, she'd be like, "Come close to me, baby." Because let's be real, from the very beginning, it was clear she was way more invested in that relationship than Common ever was. She's the one who pushed for them to go public during the pandemic, making sure everyone knew she had him. They even quarantined together, and Tiffany proudly showed him off during an Instagram Live with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, tilting her camera just enough so the world could see her man. Insiders say Tiffany was head over heels, while Common was just coasting. She couldn't stop gushing about him, especially when it came to his birthday. She wanted it to be over the top and unforgettable. In one interview, Tiffany even laid out her dream plan for the celebration, saying, "I'm just hoping me and my man, we go hot air ballooning and have us a nice little meal. That's what I like to do." She reminisced on her past birthdays too, like getting drunk with her grandma at 39, then having a wild bat mitzvah for her 40th. So when her 41st rolled around, she wanted that magical hot air balloon ride. But guess what? Common skipped out on the whole thing. No balloons, no plans, no nothing. He didn't even bother to plan her birthday at all, leaving Tiffany hurt and humiliated. Sources say Common only sent Tiffany some flowers for her big day. And honestly, that's the bare minimum a man can do for his woman's birthday. Tiffany had bigger dreams though. She even admitted she was secretly hoping for marriage, saying she wanted him to propose with an apartment building instead of a traditional engagement ring. She joked, "If you want to marry me, he can get me an apartment building. I don't need a ring. Give me a duplex or something." People be like, "Where's your ring? Where are your carrots?" Girl, please, I got units. That right there showed just how high her hopes were. But if you're wondering how Common reacted, he pretty much made it crystal clear he was only in it for the fun, not for the forever. And yet, Tiffany was still wrapped around his finger, hoping for more. Then came the plot twist. Common was the one who pulled the plug. And instead of owning up, he spun the breakup by blaming their busy schedules. He said, "We both have professions. Once Tiffany and I got back on the move, it didn't allow for us to put as much energy into the relationship." But let's be real. That sounds like the classic excuse of a man already halfway out the door.
I'm gonna do what's good for me and the lady. You know, right now all I want is happiness, good times, peace on earth.
Tiffany herself once shaded him, saying he was like a bee, going from flower to flower to flower. At the time, she hinted he might have cheated, but never flat out said it. And when Common quickly moved on with Jennifer Hudson, Tiffany couldn't resist speaking out again. She admitted, "It was the healthiest, the funnest relationship I ever had. It's where I felt safest out of all the relationships I ever had." The breakup wasn't mutual. It was more him saying, "I think this relationship is running its course." And I was like, okay, like you gonna be a 50-year-old single man, okay. Now fast forward, and it's looking like Tiffany's words weren't just shade. She might have been warning J-Hud that she'd end up playing the exact same role Tiffany once did. But here's the wild part. Tiffany and J-Hud aren't the only women Common has done dirty. His track record of heartbreak stretches way back, and the names on that list aren't small either. Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, Erykah Badu, and plenty of others. And every single time, it's the same story on repeat. The moment the woman gets attached, Common hits her with the classic psych, calls it quits, and slides on to the next lady without missing a beat. What makes it even more telling is that none of his exes seem to keep things cordial with him, especially Erykah Badu. And word is, that's because he did each and every one of them foul. For some context, Common and Erykah first got together in 2000, and they lasted about 2 years before she finally called it quits in late 2002. At first, Erykah kept things private and close to the chest, but Common had no issue running his mouth. He claimed the breakup happened because she caught feelings for someone else and dumped him cold over the phone. According to him, "She handed it to me. I was in my hotel room on tour and she called me and was like, 'Hey, I don't want to be in this relationship no more.' I'm like, 'It's somebody else.'" And here's the kicker. Even while painting himself as the victim, he admitted he was completely crushed when it ended. He said, "With Erykah Badu, that was my first love, where you just open and floating. When we split, I was 27 to 28. I was in a haze, just going through the motions." So if that was his first heartbreak, it definitely wasn't his last, because Common's breakup trail has only gotten messier with time. It didn't take long before Erykah Badu got tired of Common spinning their breakup like she was the villain, so she dropped her own hints, suggesting that infidelity had actually played a role. In her words, "No, infidelity is not a deal breaker for me. We are all born sexual beings. I myself am not someone with a very high libido. I don't require intimacy for happiness. I need companionship. I need a partner I can depend on, that I can love and grow with. But I do understand the nature of these men I have been with. And men in general, they have a need to chase." So while she was hinting he cheated, Common was out here blaming her, saying she caught feelings for another man. That's manipulative at its core. And trust, this wasn't a one-off. Common had a bad rap when it came to women, and everyone knew it. But after his split with Angela Rye, suddenly he tried to flip the script. He started preaching about therapy, self-growth, and how he was ready to be a better partner, even claiming the work he was doing on himself would finally help him fulfill a lifelong dream.
And he says the work he's doing on himself will help him fulfill a lifelong dream. And you write a lot about you want to be a husband one day. You have a rather famous relationship coach.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Michelle Obama. She has definitely helped talk me through just certain moments of relationships. We had conversations, and she has given me a lot of wisdom. But one great thing that she told me as I was going through this journey was that you have to understand you're not going to get anybody that's perfect because you're not perfect. So understand that there's some certain things that you will compromise in choosing that partner. But as long as the core values, the values that are most important to you, that person, marks off on that list, then you good.
She gave you some good advice there.
That's good wisdom.
That's some really good wisdom.
But here's where it gets even worse. Jennifer Hudson didn't deserve to be caught in the middle of his same old cycle. She's already been through so much heartbreak when it comes to relationships. Who could forget her past with wrestler David Otunga? Things took a devastating turn when Jennifer's mom, brother, and young nephew were tragically taken by her brother-in-law just weeks after she had gotten engaged. It was an unimaginable level of pain, and during that time, Jennifer needed someone steady to lean on. David stepped up in a huge way, staying by her side through the storm, planning little getaways to help her escape the grief and giving her the space to heal. Then, like a spark of hope in the middle of endless darkness, Jennifer got pregnant later that same year. By 2009, Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga welcomed their son, David Jr. For a while, it looked like their little family was falling perfectly into place. But by 2010, after being engaged for more than 2 years, fans started asking the big question: when were they finally walking down the aisle? Rumors swirled that the wedding was set for that year, but instead it got pushed back. And then, it never happened. They eventually called it quits, but their breakup was anything but peaceful. Jennifer claimed that in the final stretch of their relationship, David's behavior took a scary turn, becoming aggressive, threatening, and even harassing both her and their son. She alleged that the situation escalated into both mental and physical abuse, painting a chilling picture of what went down behind closed doors. Jennifer even revealed that David sent her disturbing messages that shook her so badly, she called security to keep him from showing up at her studio and causing chaos. Thankfully, he didn't appear there. But later that day, things allegedly spiraled even further. According to Jennifer, David was waiting for her at home. She claimed he confronted her, grabbed their son by the arm, and marched him upstairs to the master bedroom, before shoving Jennifer out of the room while still holding onto their child's hand. That's beyond terrifying. So yeah, Jennifer absolutely deserved better than him. But let's keep it real. Was Common really an upgrade? Because from everything we've seen, he was never built to be the good guy. Now Jennifer is just the latest name on his long list of women left heartbroken. And true to form, it seems like it's only a matter of time before he soft launches his next relationship like nothing ever happened. Meanwhile, Tiffany Haddish is living for every second of this chaos. She didn't just crack a little joke here and there, she cracked the whole situation wide open. Jennifer's name is now front and center in the scandal. Common is already flaunting this new flame like the past never existed, and Tiffany is making sure the world has a front row seat to all the drama. So now the big question is, was Tiffany just being playful with her shade, or did she rip the bandage clean off wounds Jennifer still hasn't healed from? One thing's for sure, two things for certain. This story is nowhere near over. And the next chapter, it's about to get even juicier because whispers say Jennifer herself might be trying to win Common back. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe because you don't want to miss what's coming next.